This is the BMW E36 318IS Rude Boy Edition, which comes with a host of extras. The windows are tinted so black they might as well have been sprayed. The rear lights, which almost certainly have been. A massive K&N intake filter which guarantees extra power. A fat twin-exit exhaust to help make the most of that 140 brake horsepower 1.8 litre engine. Gigantic replica M5 wheels which rub on the inner arches. Tyres that you've never heard of before, so they must be good. This is a really classy touch, a custom rusted out bad boy front bonnet. Plastic headlamps made in China, these definitely pass lighting regulations. Is this the facelift model? First time driving this thing. I'm a little bit nervous. No aircon. Oh my god, no brakes. What is this car? Alright. I said to myself if it was mechanically sound I was going to do it. Right now it stinks of petrol. What it can actually do. Nothing. This car just got a brand new 12 months MOT last month. Since then it's done a couple hundred miles. I cannot see that this was not a postal MOT for any way, shape or form. This is edgy at its edgiest. I can't imagine what other people on the road think of it looking at this thing. I mean, this is... well, it's just a pimp my ride abortion. I don't want to put the window down in case there's got the dreaded E36 window where they just never come back up again, so I'm sweltering in this car. It's about 25 degrees in London today. I've driven M3s, I've driven 328s, I've even had a 316. Nothing felt as slow as this. Chance. It's just nothing there. It just sounds like it's got so much and no performance, nothing. There's something wrong with this. It must be those huge wheels weighing it down or all the junk in the boot. All of that stuff. I just can't believe it. It's 318IS. 318 is slow. Never forget it. As luck would have it, this car came with a free CD. Oh, what happened? Even the stereo doesn't work. I can't believe it's road legal. No wonder the windows are tinted. You never want to be seen in this thing. There we go. My gangster lean on. Barely reach any of the major controls. This is perfect. Oh yeah. The brakes are a concern. The steering is a concern. The ride comfort is a concern. There is one thing that's not a concern, and that's because it's f***ing alarming, and that is the huge smell of fuel that's pissing out the back of this thing. Normally I feel embarrassed for cyclists, but today they feel embarrassed for me. And I'm in the gangstermobile. Thank you, fellow gangster. The hood's not so bad. Oh yeah. Lovely. It's amazing this car costs £600. I mean, the most amazing part of that is it cost as much as that amount of money. This car wasn't running, I had to jump start it. Now this guy pulling in behind me has got to see the back of this car. And I bet he feels glad he doesn't have to stare at the front of it. Or be inside of it.
Waves, but I wanna see them at
It's not working. It's just completely dead. The one thing I need from this car is for it to be good and for it to be mechanically sound. Well, not good, that's rubbish. I knew it was all along, but I thought at least this thing would drive. It got me all the way from where I picked it up, about a mile away, to here. Lots of embarrassment. Maybe it's for the best. It did get me home. I can leave it here where I can actually park it, which is good stuff. But it's going to need a lot of work. So when we jump started the car, there was no battery or electrical warning light at all on the dashboard, which means one of two things. One, it meant what I assumed, is that everything is fine and it's working perfectly. The charging circuit was good. Two, it means the charging circuit is broken, and so is the light telling you that on the dials. Yeah. Anyway, good things about the car. It's got a strong chassis, barely any rust on it. Underneath is completely straight and true. It is completely without any accidents in its history. It has the M3 front bumper. It has the M3 rear bumper and diffuser, which is a nice touch in the front. It has the little mesh grille behind it, which I always think looks pretty cool. No sort of silly wing mirrors on it, or no significant modifications, which would make it difficult to reverse. Everything feels quite straight and strong in a way. The gearbox feels pretty good. The clutch has got a nice feeling to it. It bites nice and low. The shifter feels quite short, so the gearbox and everything feels like it's in really good condition. Mechanically, it feels sorted. The only thing that's wrong with the mechanics, as far as I can tell, are the brakes, which are pretty spongy for the first bit, but there's a bit of a delay and then it sort of really grips on. So I think we're okay. A bit of air in the system. Maybe the brakes have never been bled. The rears need doing anyway. Probably rip them all off, get them all done. For peace of mind, it's always good to have decent traction and to have decent brakes and decent suspension. So we know we have that, and that's all good. The engine seems to work fine. So the engine idles a bit funny. The power isn't brilliant all the way through. It seems to have a bit of a lull halfway through, or even when you get in high RPM, there should be some power, and there really isn't much here. I had one of these before, and it felt pretty gutless, and this just feels like a 316. There really isn't anything to keep it going at all. It's also a relatively lightweight one, which I really like about it. So there's no aircon in it. There is a sunroof, but there's no aircon. There's also no airbag, which is an incentive not to crash it because it'll hurt more. Works in the theory if there was a big spike in the middle of the steering wheel, that would probably do more to dissuade people from crashing. Alpina sport seats, which are good, bigger bolsters, much more comfortable than the standard seats. We've got this sort of cream leather here, which is a nice finish. These are obviously in rather poor condition, but we can always redo those. That's good. Not the worst 318 IS, probably one of the worst though. Yeah. I'm going to briefly list all jobs that need doing to this car. One thing is, it is protected by probably the most advanced and most pointless alarm I've ever seen. This is called the Hornet. It buzzes twice every half an hour to let you know your car is still safely parked outside. Even if you disconnect the battery from the car, this bloody thing keeps beeping all through the night, making you sure. You won't get any sleep, but at least you'll be aware your car's fine. It's got remote start and accessories on this as well. The most valuable part of this car, I must say, is almost certainly the alarm system. So if somebody breaks into this car, this is the only thing they're going to want to steal. End of day one. I will try and keep a video diary of this. And now you will hear a list of all the things that need to be done to this car. You're either going to be seeing a lot of this car or none of this car. And there it was, the end of day one with the car. The idea was a bit of a fixer-upper, but I think I might have taken on more than I can chew. Is that the expression? Anyway, to summarise on the work needed to be done to the vehicle: wheel replacement, sticker removal, bodywork cleanup, bonnet replacement, headlamp replacement or cleanup, bumper spray and lip, near side wing, reshaping and painting or replacement, rear light replacement, door card replacement, rear quarter cards replacement, possible dashboard replacement, repair of sunroof mechanism or removal, oil leak fix, airbox reinstallation, oil change, replacement battery, replacement alternator, removal of subwoofer wiring, removal of BMW alarm, removal of tweeters, wiring for indoor speakers, removal of indoor mid-tweeters not supported by the system, installation of proper rear speakers which fit properly, complete BMW toolkit, cleaning all carpets throughout, removal of all tints, replacement exhaust heat shield, replacement rear brake pads, replacement rear brake discs, side skirts, replacement of tyre in boot, fix on paintwork on bodywork on right hand side, rubbing strip replacement or clean up throughout, new stereo cage and wiring, warning light in instrument binnacle replacement, and finally an MOT from an actual MOT station. Well, that's about it. If you need me, I'll be speaking to my bank. Bye.